Next. So today we are going to have the AI for impact, applying for PM social skills to drive social goods. So my name is Tao, and thanks for joining me. And it's an honor to be invited by the PMI UKS COA. And just as Murph mentioned, so this is a wonderful event. So hopefully you can learn something. And this is kind of like 80% will be close to what I have meant. If you have read watch this on projectmanagement.com, but I will make it much more different because we have done 2 more or 3 more sessions after that, and we have gained more experience. So let's see what we can do and make this more special. And also we are going to add one more things, which is the how to use the PMI Infinity. So it's not for tool. It's of course a scenario based. So just watch me how to use one for one case studies. So today, before I jump going in, so just asking a question. So are you using the AI tools for social impact projects? Just let me know. We just want your opinions. Just let's vote to see how many people have already used for the social impact projects. And if you are saying yes, please share your experience in the chat box. So I'll know how did you use it. So most of them say no. Yes, and sounds 70% say yes. So, and that's good. I mean, so this is better than what I expected. So let me jump to the next one. So next one. So what AI tool have you been working with before we start jumping in everything? So just let me know. We want to know what the AI tools like ChatGPT or like the notebook LM. What AI tool have you using with? Okay, Copilot, ChatGPT, okay, my Copilots, Gemini, okay, Notebook LM, DeepSeek, good. So you can put as many as you want. I think last year at the same time we probably have nobody just mentioned ChatGPT, nothing else. But this year is kind of different. Everybody uses different things in their way of working, so it's good. And I always talk about it. The people says it's not. Of course, people just mention. I think maybe somewhere else is AI tool is not a tool. We have used the scenario base. Yes. So what we want to do this is whatever tool use is good. Just like the people we work with, like people as a colleague you like to work with. So it's very freedom is yours. But you need to know that they are not a tool. They are your colleagues, your workmate. So sometimes if you miss something or somebody keep going sick, you can have the other one, other ChatGPT or other mate, other AI mate probably can work for you. So that's the most important thing I always share with my students in Taiwan. So this is how we work, just like Agile, right? So we have people to cover your work after that. So good. People use different things, and hopefully we can learn something more this time. And so this is not tech course, but we are just trying to make sure as fun as possible. All right. So I think people just getting enough answering. So let's hop up. Let's go. So about me. So my name is Tao, and I have over 18 years now of the PM experience. I have done my own of my work in using the Agile. So it's like 3,000 plus sprints. And so if you see the word spring, right? So that means I've done open work with using the Scrum. So not a version for Agile. So we in Taiwan, 90% of people using Scrum. So that's why we use the term Spring here. I know somebody is so picky about the Agile word right here. So I think 50% of my work done in the use. My title will be the Scrum Master. 50% of my title will be the product owner. So it's 50-50. So most of time for the PMI projects, probably most of the time will be a product owner. But in the actual office work, I probably do the most of them in the Scrum Master. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have 2N and 1CN. So my undergrad is mathematics. My graduate school is doing the MBA. So it's totally different scenario. So I was the project, the thesis I was doing was the what's called the coin the quantized coin toss. And so what I didn't know what does that mean, and I did it for the professor for a year and two, but I still didn't know what that meant when I graduate. But after 10 years, and now it's AI era. Now finally I know what I was doing back then. So that's why I got a little bit ideas what is AI is going on, but not detail because I didn't focus pay too much attention to it. But now I regret a little bit about that. So that's my work. So at 2M and 1CN is going to keep my change management. My whole entire career was a change management. So I changed lots of career style and career for different industry, like from one to another. But I still keep myself as a project manager or Scrum Master or product owner. So I never left the field of the project management. So I have a 4P, 1S, and 1PO. And so that's the PMP, of course, everybody you know. Or if you don't, probably have to train by the MERV better after that. So PMP is the key. And that's why bring us here. And the CBAP is another one is for the business analysis, and the APDP is for the product manager, and the PHRI is for human resources. So these four, of course, I have 20 or more certificates, but these four are helping me to put a good thing on my resume. And also, of course, if you talk about the Agile and have a DASSM and also CSPO, one is for Scrum Master, another for product owner. Another one will be the AHPP, which is the hybrid project management. So my volunteer role, currently I am PMI Taiwan's vice president, and also as Murph mentioned, I also the PM for the world directors, and also the PMI LinkedIn group moderator. What does that mean? So that's if you post something wrong in the PMI project management PMI's LinkedIn group, put something bad, and that will delete your post. So that's how they meant. So and also and the 2024 Global Summit Speaker. So and this is my career. So one career, one is AI, another bit Agile. I commonly use both, and I also do it more for the society of social goods. So that's what I do in my career. Okay, so that's about me. And so this is about today's agenda. So without further ado, and we are going to do deep in more about what I do. And for the opening, why AI is important. Well, the one case study for the internal AI chatbot projects. The second the case study two will be PM volunteer AI education. The third case will be the AI for the vulnerable community. And the global the lesson learned and how to take actions. So this is about today's agenda. And the last but not least, I will tell you how the PMI Infinity on social impact projects. So from none to WPS and Gantt chart, everything. So this is about the first time the why the AI plus PM social good. So equal social good. Why is that important and why is not? So the aha moment is happening in the I think the beginning of the this year February. When I start to put the first session, ask our students, our previous students to the I brought them to the daycare center. And the first time I see the people just say, okay, so in the one conversation, 10-year-old girl just explained ChatGPT to the elder while using the program we designed together. So that's the thing we have never seen this before. I've never seen that kind of the thing that have happened in my life ever. So I always saw that ChatGPT or Gen AI was very hard for the elders, at least the before ChatGPT era. People just refuse to learn and they don't know how to talk to each others by that. They just okay, I'm too old for that. It's not important in my life and or something like that. But nowadays we just think that it's most that then when we see that aha moment happens, I just say okay, this is worth everything. This is what we bring the maximum of the value of the charging the value of the project management. That brings maximum of our humanity. So that's why we did this. And the first initiative was asked by the project management PMI Asia Pacific. They wanted me to bring close to the bridge from the elders to the elder to the youth. So that's how we became. But I have never thought of this in my life. So that's about the bringing generations, unlocking voice, and create impact that with the skill we already have. So we have already taught have so many things, but that's the difference we can make with just a simple thing. We just do this, just put this into work. So that's how how moment to be. So why social impact for project management? So we project manager we possess the most important resources in the company. Program manager possesses the organization and the leadership skill to initiate, oversee the impact for projects. We do the most important thing. We know the resources. We know the people. We know the connections. So this is the most important thing. Is that if we don't do this, nobody will do this. So nobody will able to do better job than us. So it's not we are bragging this ourselves, but this is what we do the best, and we help each other out for the colleagues, not sabotage people. I mean, if you are wondering that case, we help each other out, and we help to united the departments together. So that's why we are doing the best. That's why we do the best. We do the best of communications, and we do both for that. And also we are doing the connect the bridge to the kids, and to the AI, to from the to the for the people, to from people to ChatGPT to the Gen AI. So Gen AI is not a tool to me. So that's, as I always mentioned this before I start everything. So just do a poll. Just if you just want to know your know your insight, your think, your thoughts. Do you think, if you think ChatGPT or Gen AI is a tool, or ChatGPT or Gen AI is other things? If you think Gen AI is a tool, just put one in the chat box. Just let me know if you are still alive. Okay, I don't think people is alive. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I don't. To me, like the people, ChatGPT or Gen AI is not a tool. Why is that? Because ChatGPT, when we saw this GPT, you when we think about tool, and you think about PM bug, right? So if you are learning this before the Gen AI, the before the PM bug 6, you will notice that we all have the process like this. For we have the input, tools, and outputs. For if for that, if you have the same input, if you have the same tools, you should have the same output. That's what, for the quality reason, right? But nowadays, if you put the input and you put the ChatGPT in the as a tool, then you will have a different output every single time. So that's how we treat the ChatGPT. We cannot treat this as just a simple tool. We have to know this is kind of the way we are working with people, because it has emotion, its own way of working, it has its own style. So that's why we are treating like this is our stakeholders, and then we have to understand each day it will act differently, based on what it being affected by the environments. So that's how it's going to be. And so why project management we should care? Because we understand everything. We understand stakeholders, risk, and the constraints, and we deliver result limited time and resources. And we just not with just basic AI tools, we can amplify our reaches. So that's how we can make these change makers, and we are the key. We are the center of everything. So if we don't, as I mentioned before, if we don't do this, nobody will do this in your company right now. So that's why this is why we have to carry this on in our blood, or in or with on my shoulders. So from the PMI volunteers to the global chapters, we build an intern. We from every time we do the projects. So as people probably know, who work with me before. So I always build the AI chatbot and now AI agents when I do starter projects. So this agent or AI chatbot can go to scrap the knowledge base and understand everything. So because we are in different time zone, and we are come from different chapter, right? So that's why the chatbot or the AI agent is most helpful when you use when do all the project globally. And so we are going to design and launch the AI education course for PMI volunteer. So people understand why this is important, why we should use AI every day to make sure that the thing will make the thing come true. And the third part will deliver social impact at workshop with the PMI chapters. For example, this time we work with the Uganda chapter, Mongolia chapter, Malaysia chapter, and Kenya chapter right now. And then so we should demonstrate most of the thing. And then for the Kenya chapter, we do one more things. We do the board game and the co-design. So this is a very way we are doing. We just don't try to keep it with ourselves. We try to spread out to the world. So and that's most important to me because I don't think everybody should keep something to itself, to themselves. We should spread the word out and make everybody learn from this. So that's why this is most important in our in my blog. Okay, so that's about me. So okay, so case one, we'll start the first case study here. So internal AI chatbot approach for projects. So I just mentioned a lot of AI chatbots, but now what we'll do is we'll kind of start to make sure this make sure how this is going to work. Okay, so this is the first one, and we'll kind of go see here. So have you ever used chatbot for your project before? Let me know. Just start to vote and let me know what do you think. Okay, no. Okay, some say yes, and some say thinking about it. Okay, most of say no. All right then. Okay. Okay, we'll stay for another 30 seconds and we'll move on. So chatbot is very important to me because sometimes I'm not available every single time, and then we just think, okay, so why not just ask chatbot before they goes through me? In my all my projects, not just PMI projects, every project I have, well, I will always use a chatbot. Well, so people don't need to go through me. They can just ask itself. If cannot get answer, then they will go to me. So that's why to me it's most important. Okay, so why we build chatbots in the first hand? First of all, just as I mentioned, we always got a repetitive answer called Q&A. People just keep asking questions. People just keep asking me questions, the same question over and over and over again, especially at the work. Of course, PMI always the peaceful. The PMI family is always good for everyone. Everybody treating others nicely. But in your work and environments, it's different story, right? You got what I meant, right? So we always got repeated answers. Sometimes they just too naive, or sometimes just they ask that in purpose. So we don't know that, so we just try to keep answer the question every single day. And because we are the project manager, so we have to answer everything, or they kind of we don't do this job our job well. So repeat questions, so team are spending we are to spend too much time answer this. So if this is answer is already in our archive, in our database, why not just ask them to ask the ChatGPT first? And then if they don't, they can show me the print screen, say, okay, this I didn't get answer from my chatbot, then I will start looking into it. So this is most important thing I will ever had. And also what we like to use most is the chatbot with the log. So that's what we can understand who asked what, and then so we can go back to answer then. So why this is going to happen? How can I answer your questions? So repeated Q&A is the key, and that's why we start using the internal chatbot. And also time loss. Project manager tend to lose too much time and doing the just working with the different thing. And so nowadays the chatbot can do different things. So I will show later. So we don't need to put in if you want to get a dashboard for your chatbot, and then you don't need or you sorry about that. If you need a dashboard for your projects, so you don't need to draw this hand by hand. you can use a chatbot so it can generate what you want to see. So this is very important, and this is keep our time safer. And also self-service AI. So people just can interact with it and understand a little bit with our projects, and it is so they don't want to ask the questions we call silly questions, of course, so silly questions, but they will answer the questions what we were able to put our most the resource to it. All right, so this is about that, and so this is the February events. We just try to put the global event we put into launch, and this is very successful event, and we attract. This is how the just tell you the outcome first. So the registration is over 700, attendees over 380, and the successful rate is 92, and NPS is 60. So this is very good. We have united over 11 chapters together, and we across different time zone. We have from people in United States, we have people from the Malaysia, we have people from the UAE, we have people from the Africa, and also we have people from the Canada. So these people from everywhere. We have a group of people from everywhere. So that's and for Brazil as well. So we different time zone, and then we have to collaborate together and use use the chatbot as close as possible. So after we also this outcome of from the external, and then we can get another result from the internal. Okay, so this is internal, and people just love the bot, and just we have the over 50% NPS rate for the chatbot itself. So that's why we gain confidence. Before that time, we just used it in my internal projects in my office, but now I can use this in the global stage. So that's how this inspire me. So every time right now, after that, for the it doesn't matter is internal or global, I use the chatbot for the people to unite it. All right, so that's the chatbot, and we'll kind of see the chatbot in action. So let's see how can we do this. Okay, we play this. Okay, so this is the chatbot, and so okay, so Murph, can we play this? I don't think so. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. So I'm stuck here. Okay, I think I will use I will just share my screen for my original.
Were you sharing a window or what was it?
No, I will share. I think I will share this. Okay, let me do this very quickly. Okay. Okay. Don't think it will work.
You see the correct screen.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Okay, hold on a minute. It almost come out. Okay, here we go. So I will demonstrate a little bit using my own my own screen. So this is the chatbot we are going to have. And so that's how it works. So from the beginning, so if you want to ask a question about what is the current preparation state, and it will show you the all the items you are going to have. So by then you can check all the states, all the date, all the remark, and so just based on we use our Google Sheet as our database. So just scrap the database, people just understand what's going on, how to use this. So this is going to be very efficient and very effective for the chat. So people don't just don't need to go back to Google Sheets. They just start to ask, and then they will get the result. So that's I think on that day we are going to at the February 4th. So this is going to be the second dry run before second dry run. So this is the chatbots. And also I just mentioned before, we can do this one more thing. So if you can I just ask, can you just create just promotion for the chat for the events? And this is going to be very simple. Okay, for me, okay, for the events. So before time, we have to think. We have to go back to ChatGPT or go at other things to get this for me. But nowadays, you just can ask the send chatbot, then create the send the sound the write out for you. So as simple as that, and so just very simple to do this.
I think this might be useful for the sustainability summit as well, Tao.
Yes, I will do. Will use this as well.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, I'll leave it.
So people are asking question, right? I see. So the questions here. Is it? Okay.
There's a couple of questions there.
Okay. Is there questions or I just see the chat here?
I'm conscious of time as well, so should we
No,
see?
okay. Chatbot cannot work in my line. Okay, I do the traditional project management. Okay, we'll answer this later. So I'll come back to you later. Okay.
Yeah.
So Victoria, it's good questions. I will come back this later. Okay. So so this is the chatbot we are going to use, and so this benefit for chatbot is real-time insights, scalability, improved communications, and also 24/7 availability and centralized knowledge base and enhanced productivity. So if you try to ask the questions, I think I have time to answer this. Chatbot can work in my line. I do the traditional chatbot, and it's what is sometimes called the waterfall. Basically, it's require physical presence of the project lead with the face to face. Oh, okay. So Victoria, this is very good. Victor is a very good questions, but to me, it's like doesn't matter it's waterfall or the agile. You can just use the chatbot as well. So, for example, we use the PM, or we use that for the PM assistant training. So we have all the document, all the lesson learns, and so sometimes the young UI UX, or sometimes the young PM doesn't know where to get the documentations. So they start asking me, start bugging you. Okay, where is the documentation? How should I put this? How should I put that? So, but then we just put everything in the local. Where I just mentioned this, the locals. I have mentioned it, local chatbots. So it's not external, it's local. So it's not, it cannot, it's not in the cloud, it's everything. It's in the local site, it's our virtual machine. So people, I just say, okay, start asking work with the chatbot first. And then if you have any questions, come to me. So don't ask me first, work with that. And then ask, so because different project have different way of working, right? Different project manager have different way of working. So that's why I just had to do this. That's how we work here, and then just familiar with this, and then just start pumping all the resources, all the back, and then all the drive they can find. So that's all it is. So you don't have to be the traditional waterfall. You can use the chatbot as well, just as a guidance for the young or for the new assistant. So I think this work every time for me. All right, so this is the way we are doing this here. Okay, so and those also PMI volunteer for AI educations, and I think we are a little bit behind of time, so let's move it quickly. So we try to teach the volunteer AI. All right, so that's what we do here. We try to teach people AI. So volunteer often see the face-to-face and time constraints. People will say, "Oh, I'm too lazy. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to learn new things." And they feel that AI is too new. They will may take my job, and then they just say they don't want to learn this. But so PMI promote continuous learning. So that's why we think why we don't want to teach that's very hard stuff like we not just put the Python in here or the writing the code. No, we don't want to do that first. We try to do that as simple as possible for our volunteers. So the goal is to help PMI volunteer around the world to use AI to lead more innovative project and serve community better. So that's how we are all aim to be, as our goal is. And so also we try as much as possible to make sure that it's going to work. So the design first is that we always use the case scenario first. We, as I mentioned before, case scenario first and then tool. So the tool you can choose, I mentioned before, tool, you can choose every tool you want, but you just have to know which tool does the best in what. For example, ChatGPT is very good at organization when they got the references. You can just check that. If you got references for Perplexity and then ask ChatGPT to organize everything, it's the best tool ever to use it. And then it will not hallucinate it. So this is how ChatGPT is good at. And so you have to know this. And you have to know Perplexity is good at researching, and they give you the true result. You will not use ChatGPT for the research purpose directly. So that's how you know this better. So we always you case study first, and then tools next. So and we have probably there's a bunch of tools you like to use. You have to use my tool anyway. So design philosophy scenario first, tool second. Each session will begin the project pain points. So for example, your boss asks you to create a PowerPoint presentation the 1 hour before the end of the workday and expect you to submit before you leave. What should you do? So that's why we also began with that question. So if I had this scenario, what AI would you work with? So participant was brainstorming and before introducing the AI tools. So that's will be more effective and we'll get that start with the thinking. Okay, so that's the first thing we'll begin with. Okay, so we are going to tailor the solution. So we just say, for example, this is a Nigeria scenario. So we are trying to where children are using story cube for everything. So in that case study, we just say each group they just stop losing the sense of the storytelling sense. So we have to get the storytelling back to their culture. So that's how we began to have the little bit of brainstorming to how to use the tailored solution for Nigeria children's. So each group have a specific mythology figure, and such as Shingo and Yamaja, and then so we can build the narrative, incorporate these characters. So and then we play this tool, and then we use the traditional story cube, and to tailor the solution for the Nigeria children's. And then so that's a case study we demonstrate during the presentation to the PMI Kenya chapters. And also we use the very simple things because nowadays we can use the AI for web coding, right? So nowadays we can use web coding to create many interesting things. For example, we at this time we create a team dashboard. They can able to upload their own characters. They can upload their mascot. They can do their little bit or own dashboards. So this is a very simple thing you can build with. So can just, for example, this dashboard, I just use the cloud to write this for 10 minutes. I use just two trials and then finish everything. So I just upload as I can this work very well in the local environments, and that's why I use that every time when I use for the children's. So this is very fun, and then people just use this because they can see the mascot on on the dashboard, and they understand what is going on. So this is a very cool thing to do. So in the initial stage, we just don't want people to think too much. They just think, oh, this is the AI. This is for fun. This is for board games, just so they can get into play. So we don't limit it to this AI implementation. It's very hard. It's difficult. No, this is just like we are playing a game, and then we'll force the safety. So nobody will get wrong, or I will protect you, or I will try to. If you have run into trouble, don't worry, and I will be there for you. So we will support them to step by step to get into the from scenario into the tools, and then we'll promote experimentation. So that they start to do the challenge and the peer-to-peer learning, and then for the AI champions, so they will advocate in their own network. So that's the important things. If we teach that, so we tell them we're going to teach you AI, and then we'll teach you what LLM, and we are going to teach you what is the algorithm. So they will say, oh, this is not for me. I will not go to join. But now we don't say that. We just say, okay, all the volunteers can come sing. We are going to play a game with AI. Also, they start paying attention. They notice these things, and will not get afraid of this. So they start sign up, and then they get into the classroom, and then we'll start teaching them how to use AI. So that's how simple this is. So I create almost 5 AI program for the PMI chapter leaders and chapters volunteers. So that's the most fun. So how do we do this? So we do the same thing with the kids and also for the volunteers. So that's how as the demo we are going to show you next. So many elders and while the vulnerable children as we have been teaching vulnerable children for like over 3 years, and then vulnerable children have little access to the confidence in the using digital tools, and in fact, most vulnerable children have little access or confidence to use anything. The most we find out the most interesting is the most different I find out between the vulnerable children and the elite children is that the elite children is they of course they are no different, but the most thing is the elite children they know how to raise their hand, they know how to be in front to be the participate for the everything. So elite children can do that, but the vulnerable children are too shy, and then they just hide behind in the back of the classroom. So that's how we began. That's fine. So the elite children have the most resources, but the vulnerable children have less resources. So that's why we think why can I why we just not bring the tools the thing we teach elite students to the vulnerable childrens so they can able to access the same resources. So traditional AI training methods are too abstract and intimidating. We just start learning what is LN. You see the way we treat the older programmer or engineer is very hard, and then just you can see bunch of numbers, bunch of the letters on the screen in the black and white, and people don't understand what that is. So our goal is to create a safe, playful, and low tech way to introduce AI concept. So we leverage project management and program manager promote design to promote learning, dignity, and fun. So that's why we do this. And so this is the way we do this. So team receive. So when we do this in the beginning, so team receive challenges. So team are given the creative task via the app, and then so for example they want them to draw an umbrella or a boat. So they just start drawing. And then when the team started drawing interpretation, so they put in our way to see it, or to draw like they usually to be. And then they facilitate analyze the drawing. So we ask ChatGPT for vision to analyze the drawing to understand what is draw. And then GPT will offer the interpretation of the drawing. So, for example, because GPT have the different way of working, right? So they see different things from our side or our vision. We see this as a boat, but they probably think this is a telephone. So that's why they start to work with this and they understand what GPT is thinking about, what GPT, what the Gen AI is working, the way of working. So that's the most important thing ever. You have to use the basic way to understand what the Gen AI is thinking, Gen AI is working, what its behavior used to be. So they will start if you know this, and then you start familiar with what their way of working, then you can start collaborate with the Gen AI. So that's the most important thing. If you don't ever use this before, and then you will start very afraid of this, and then you probably have no idea. You will never go to touch this again. So that's what we find. So we try to receive charge first, and then things start drawing, and then we use ChatGPT for vision to look at their drawing to see what it is, and then if the ChatGPT get this right, they got points. So and then if they don't get right, we'll ask ChatGPT to explain this why they think why ChatGPT think this way, so they can have the first interaction with the AI, and then so they are going to start using this and more over, and then have fun with it. So we don't need kids. We don't need kids. So we don't need kids to order to use their own GPT account. Most elders and most the kids don't have GPT accounts. They don't think it's important, or they think it's that's too far for them. So I use my phone and my account, so everyone could participate freely. So I reduce technical barrier and made AI for more human and more approachable. So after GPT gave the gas, as I mentioned before, I just say, "Oh, GPT, why do you think this is robot and drink holding the drink?" And so we help everybody understand how AI sees image and patterns. And so that's the most important to be. So this is the most important lesson for them. ChatGPT like to answer questions. So we keep asking them questions. So why you think about that? And then we'll start to make sure that people understand what they're thinking about this. So this is most important thing will ever to be. So the result, and just like this is how I work I think in March. People just start they start feel curious, and kids feel like collaborate with AI. So everyone learn not just AI, what AI does, but how you think. So that's most important because as I mentioned before in the first time in the beginning, the AI is not a tool to me. It's like your partners. You have to know your colleagues, your partners, how it feel today, and then in order to make sure that work the way you want to be. So that's why this is matter, because in the future, probably most elders people in the world probably will work with the robots, and the robot, the inside the robot, the brain is most likely will be the DeepSeek, or most likely to be the Gen AI, ChatGPT. So they think that way. And so if you want to work with for the elder people, if you want to work with a robot, you have to understand what they're thinking, so they can work together better, and then for freely. So that's the most important thing. We want to bring those to the elder to daycare centers, and also to the underprivileged students. Okay, so this is the entire flow. So from first time we use the we ask them to use three sentence to describe their mascot, and then ChatGPT will generate mascot, and then we use the ChatGPT as a judge to judge the quality of the mascot. So this is the first icebreaker, and then we have the mascot creations, and then we have GPT visions analyze, and scoring will be reasoning and determine the mascot quality. So this is the entire flow for the ice breaking. So if you want to do this, it's very fun, and you don't need to use many resources. You have to do this in the beginning of every class. So and if they can understand how should they use that three sentence to make sure that the mascot quality is the best in the class. And so this is the first time they ever taught. You can teach them for the icebreaker. It's fun, and you can try this as well. So this is mascot they put on, and then so combine language, visual, and logic skill, and reinforce the importance of the clear structure prompt, so they can show the participants that AI can both evaluate and explain, not just the gestures. So that's the most important thing ever for visual mascot. So last thing impactful and the future. So elder feel the respect, because they don't think when they try to learn AI, they think they are under respect. They don't think they're treated fairly. So that's why elder feel now we use this way to do this. Elder feel respected, and they seem to as a contributor to tech learning. Children grow more confident asking questions and crafting prompts. The program model is now being translated into other languages, adapted for low resource school, and ready to propose to other PMI chapter to roll out. So if you ever want to do this, you can come to me, and right, just probably, and like we can work together to create a more meaningful and for fun learning material, and so we can benefit each other chapters. So global lesson learn. Okay, so this is what we learn. So 25% as a PMI mentioned, 20% our respondents says that they use AI, and 82% senior leaders says they will use AI at least some impact on projects. 91% will believe AI will have at least moderate impact on the other profession. But nowadays we are thinking about next generation have to learn this as well. They understand what AI look like, and so they are going to be our next generation, our new AI assistant, new project management assistants, or new assistants, or the junior project manager. So you have to understand. You have to understand if they use this AI before, and they have it can you can assess the AI. So that's better. The earlier the better. And so open source material and local PM expertise will equal to scalable impact. So no hard questions, no secrets, no hiding, just open source everything. And with your PM expertise, will have the scalable impact for around the world. So that's going to be that's what I believe. And so that's what I share today. So okay, so and just remember while you try to launch this, not everyone speak tech. Okay, so even so we are working in the tech world, not everyone speak tech. Not you probably your volunteer probably is are not in the tech environments. So we use simple tools, games, stories, drawings. So these things we use every single day. And so kids, elders, and first timer can join the conversations. We don't want to say just me and myself just brag on the stage and just keep saying for 50 minutes. It's not. We are going to ask people to join us, and then if they because we are in Asia, I in Asia, right? So people are very shy. So in order to make them talk, so we have to get the first the trigger to make them to start speaking. So this is the two things we're going to use. And so people are fear what they don't know. So that's why we try to avoid. We don't want people say so too intimidated by the AI, just saying, oh, we are too good to that. And so we don't want people to feel that. So this is how the German the Ghibli drawing, and we this is from the actual pictures. You can see that the kids are smiling because they got everything correctly. So by starting with small step, printing guide or low pressure activity, so we can reduce risk and we can build trust to the kids. So and so don't stand. Just remember, don't think too much. Just start go for it, and you will find this interesting, and results will come in. So don't just remember one more thing. So if you learn something today and you bring this back to your chapters, and so don't keep this everything to yourself. You have to give others your templates, like me, like what I did, and so they can also lead the inspire for more group of people. So that's what I think is most important thing to do. So if every chapter embraces the gamification to make AI learning fun and inclusive, so we can spark a global wave and of understanding and empowerment. And that's how I always think this is going to work in the past. And so I just as a promise, before I go into have the thank you note, we are going to show you what is the PMI how PMI Infinity work. So this is the PMI Infinity the project, and I just make a fake project called Bright Leaf Cafe. So it's an independent eco-friendly cafe in the shop in the Manchester, and eight employee one man locations and one kiosk of the training stations, the train station. So this is the project scope and the project descriptions. You can read this and you can use this right away. So how should I use this? How should I put this just for the project description to the into the actionable way to do this? Like for example, WBS or the Gantt chart. How should I do this? So let's see how can I do this. So this is the way we do this. So basically, you don't have to worry too much. You just put everything copy and paste to the PMI Infinity first, and then you say create a project charter for me. So based on the following informations. So that's as simple as that. So because why we use PMI Infinity first of all, because PMI Infinity is very good one. It has over 2400 resource PMI authentic resources, so you don't have to worry about this going wrong. So if you are a first timer, this is a very good way to do this. Start with. So because you don't have any knowledge, and then so you don't operate being wrong. So you got 90% of them will be correctly. So you see you have everything correctly. You put it here. You have the risk approval dates and look like a great template for you to use. So then we also provide the project scope statement as well. So it will give you the project scope statements. So you will not lose anything. Everything is from PM bug and from the PMI community. So you don't have to worry about losing everything. You just put it in, ask it, and they will start give you the answer. And then we'll ask, how about a little bit WBS? So that's what we care most about, what we face every time, every single day. So how about just WBS for the starting days today, and assume the rest. Okay, so we just think to if today is the day we start the project, what WBS should be. So it will give you the right WBS. And to me, it's like the most important, the most difficult thing when I started as a project manager is that to build WBS. It's the most important, most difficult thing to me. I have no idea how to do this, and just say, okay, I just flip a PM bug. I was have no idea what I was doing. So it took me over 1 year to figure out what I was doing and make this correctly. So then I was thinking, okay, the last WBS don't have any data on this. So I just say today is the August 16th. So can you make a WBS for me? So nowadays it will start to generate the dates, and it will start and make sure that everything is correctly. Okay. And then let's see if I did. Okay. Let's see. So it will give you the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. All the milestone data is on there. So I'm not satisfied. I want to put more. So it's possible. Just ask you to create a starting date for each and the end date for each task. So before that, I give them the starting date of the projects. They give me the milestone and the date, but I don't want to. I'm not satisfied. So then I start to ask the more detail. So that give me the start date and the end date. It's just based on the PM bug. So I have the idea. This is not the correct answer, by the way. You don't need to follow this. You just for the references. You can say, okay, probably it's 5 days, probably take 7 days in your company, so can start adjust this. So at least you can have something to start. It's not a Bible, but you give you the ideas. How long should it be? Average. And then you can use this as references to start your project. So and then I have so many dates, and I want to make it in a table format. So it will give me a table format, so I can start to compare it with my own company, and then I don't have to so I can have a clear structure from task 1, 2, and 3. So all the milestones are ready for me to use. So this is my workflow when I use the PMI Infinity, and why I use this, as I mentioned again, this is the most accurate because it's from PM bug and from PMI community. So I don't have to afraid if I don't have no idea what I'm doing. This is a very difficult project I've never worked with before, so I can use this right away. So milestone I realized that it didn't include the milestone and main task, so I asked them to do this as well. So the milestone is here, and then I probably it's okay for me to finish the project. So from in the beginning and when we do the projects before, usually take this from the beginning to the for WBS stage. Usually take us like 5 to 6 days, and to figure out what we are trying to do. But nowadays, at least we have something to start with. This is the first time we have something to start with, and then we don't start from zero, from the blank. So we have able to do this. So then we put the main milestone, the main milestone as the main task for example 1. So I want to make this everything perfect. So Murph, sorry, I did still running.
I'm lurking here, Tao, because it's just coming up to 1 o'clock. I know we ate
Oh,
into
sorry about that.
some of your time,
Yes,
but I think from your presentation you're drawing to a close. Am I right?
yeah. Just one more. Just give me 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, I'll
Yes.
hang fire.
So this is the way. At least this look right to me. But this is the entire project. So as I mentioned again, this is not the global standard. So this is just the standard. Just give an idea how to start. And I want to make these things perfect, so I can use this to talk with my team, and then to change the dates if the teams want to change everything. So that's the first example, and then I can put it into the Google Sheets and the Google and or Excel, so I can use this right away. So then I can just because a table format, so I can just copy and paste to the Excel, and then that's done. And then so I can start using this. You may ask me why I use Excel, because people in Asia probably most of them use Excel as well. So that's why we use Excel. It's free, and it's not people. We don't if there are people that think it's local projects, they will start using Excel as well. So that's about my presentation. I hopefully you did learn something. And so for the last one, that's my workflow for the using the PMI Infinity. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your attention.
That's fantastic, Tao. Really, really good. Respecting people's time, it's just we're at 1 o'clock now. So if you have to leave us, that's fine. And I've put the survey code in the chat, and you'll find the PDU within that. So if you do have to leave us, that's fine. But if people want to stay, I think we'll actually top it off at 1:10, and we can at least get to the Q&A. I know there's a few questions in there, and it would be great to see if we can do those. If you want to stop sharing your screen for the moment,
Okay.
and we can concentrate on the questions. And
let me check. So stop sharing. Okay.
okay, let's pop this one up here. Could you clarify whether confidential or sensitive information can be loaded onto PMI Infinity? If so, what security measures are in place to protect that data?
Well, you cannot trust everything you put down in the cloud. So if you have sensitive and confidential things, you should not ever put into the cloud. It doesn't matter if it's a PMI Infinity or not. So if we always build our own own GPT in our company, so we don't have to do this. So don't trust everything online, and don't put everything very sensitive information to the online, even include the PMI Infinity. So that's just my advice.
Okay, thanks. That's a slightly long question, but it's been there for a while. From Andrew. Recent experiences in IT, I'm keen about sustainability and social change that aligns with my personal values and purpose. Do you have any suggestions on how to overcome the challenge of no social change track record to find work in social change?
How to overcome challenges? No social change track.
How do you get going?
Uh,
I suppose with what you've been talking about, it's
so you mean that? So there's no records? That's what I meant.
I'm guessing, how do you get going in your work with your intergenerational work, whether it's young people or older people or PMI volunteers? I think that's what Andrew's saying. By all means, I can't bring Andrew to the stage, but
So yeah, uh, okay. So I don't think we keep. I think we keep everything we record. I mean, I keep code everything to do. So we don't. There's no challenge for that. I don't think. If that's a question you ask, I didn't. I'm not sure I answered the question correctly. But if that's the question you ask, we did have everything recorded. We could keep everything. Lesson learned, keep it record, and so we will put it back into the archive, and then we'll use this again in next event.
yeah. I guess one of the things that I was thinking about in terms of you've made sure that AI, that whatever you do is actually relatable to people's circumstances. So whether
Yeah.
it's, a lesson in, was it Nairobi, or whether it's, children in the classroom or PMI people, a lot of it is based on playing games or
Yeah.
stories or not leading with the tools itself. I actually want to pop something into chat because one of our team, Marion Richardson, who's on the SCOA, she wrote a piece about her 9-year-old and teaching them about project management through
Yeah.
PMI Infinity, and has
Mm-hmm.
shared that. And I find that quite inspirational about how you can turn these things into kind of learning moments with young people if you're just kind of wise to it. And I think the interest there from her came from her son, who saw her working away at the laptop. Hey, mum, what are you doing? So I guess presumably that kind of resonates with you. My question perhaps is, how do you get into the classroom and and to be a trusted advisor?
I just got in. I just knocked door. No, just kidding. No, no, I just get in. No, we ask around. Not many people want to share, especially we are when we do this work, we also do on weekend during the weekend. The underprivileged classroom always open during the week, so it's not many classroom open during the weekend. So that's why we ask around, like for over, I think over at least over 100 um 100 organization we ask.
Wow.
Only 3 or 4 allowed us to do this, and we start from that because we don't. Our volunteers always have jobs to do, right? So they cannot work during the weekday,
Yeah.
and then we want them to do it with me. Well, of course, I can do some day leave. I don't care, but our volunteers, we want to bring them with us.
Yeah.
So that's why we ask around. So I think I remember 3 years ago I asked around it's end of the COVID-19 time. So people are just still curious and start put
Yeah.
us as a fans in front of the door. But as we just knock to each door and say, oh, can we try this? If you guys opening on Saturday or Sunday, and so we can have a 1 or 2 test session.
Wow.
I remember we working with the mask on, and we
Yeah.
teach with the mask on. So the
Yeah.
beginning of the
Yeah.
event, yeah.
And I know from some of our previous conversations, you're passionate about this and work through many, many weekends, and we've talked
Yeah.
about not having a day
Yeah.
off for a month. So
All right.
I think your passion is fantastic. I wonder if there's several things that we might do around making sure that this is scalable. So
Mhm.
it may well be that we can go back to PMI about Infinity and say, well, how can we, make sure that this is available to kids, or how can we put together packages and courses that make us into educationists? So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Jennifer's asked a few questions here. She always does. She's a fantastic contributor. There's some specifics about the tools used, but I think we won't go too deep into those. We can pick them afterwards. Also, I
Mhm.
think as we share the recording, perhaps we can share the recordings of how you use PMI Infinity. So I know you've
Yeah.
put them
Sure.
on YouTube. If we put them in
Yeah.
there as well, and
Mhm.
clearly people can get hold of you by all means, that you're going to be
Mhm.
part of our
Okay.
SCOA,
Sure.
etc. So um, I think we may have got time for one more question. Let's have a quick look. See. I said about Jennifer's. I think I might just um, take this one. Which
Please.
AI technology is it? Maybe it's too technical. I haven't really read it through. AI technologies and what level of setup is required to make interaction with project artifacts dynamic and real time, e.g., project plans, RAID resourcing, etc.
We don't use AI technology. I don't think. We just use ChatGPT Vision,
Yeah,
and so we don't use high. Or if you want to use the project plans, right, resourcing, we just use PMI Infinity the first, so that's why we can play
yeah,
everything safe. And then if we don't, we are trying still. Nowadays, we have too many tools right now. Of
Yeah.
course, PMI is one of the choice, and then we have to probably to use the other things as well to make sure that's correctly.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
will answer the questions. Yeah.
It feels like a lot of the tools are just generic, and also this whole idea of KISS, keep it simple, stupid, but that I think it is important. Okay, well let's go on.
Yeah, just one more thing. Just if you want to do the research, go for Perplexity, go for Google,
Yeah.
and then use them to go to get the reliable resources, and then go to ChatGPT, and then go to your projects. And then if you have everything planned, I mean, have your project description or project charter with finish, and so you can use the ChatGPT to organize with for you. So that's my key 2 cents.
I kind of recognize the time zone difference. I think it's plus 7 hours, but the idea of perhaps a workshop on some of this stuff with our members is quite exciting. So we'll have a look at that. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Tao. It's been really, really interesting and useful. I'm sure I found it so, and everyone else would have done as well. So thank you, and we look forward to working further together.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.